turning to international news, Israel's military says fighter jets attacked Beirut and killed a Hezbollah drone commander today, but the militant group hasn't confirmed those reports. As the exchange of fire intensifies, Canada and some of its allies are pressing for a 21-day ceasefire across the Lebanon-Israel border to give time for negotiations. Manisa Donabalan joining us live in studio with the latest on this. Manisa.
Matt, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau issued a statement today calling for the ceasefire, writing it has been devastating to the civilians in harm's way, including the 2 innocent Canadians killed. We will support all diplomatic efforts towards de-escalation and a peaceful resolution. But yesterday, the Israeli government rejected global calls for a ceasefire. Smoke was seen rising in the skyline in Lebanon. Buildings were damaged, and Lebanese civil defense members were trying to put out fires following days of Israeli strikes. Meanwhile, in Israel, 1 home and vehicles were damaged after a Hezbollah rocket hit its northern region. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly is asking Canadians to leave Lebanon right away.
Commercial flights are still available, and it is, at the end of the day, the most safe and the simplest way to come back home. Because, of course, we never know what can happen.
The 2 sides have been exchanging fire almost daily since the Israel-Hamas war began last October.
Hezbollah has stated publicly that with a ceasefire in Gaza, all hostilities or all activities will cease.
Canada and some of its allies are asking the governments and parties involved to give diplomatic talks a real chance. After landing in the U.S. for the UN General Assembly today, Israel's Prime Minister said they'll continue to hit Hezbollah with full force and they won't stop until they achieve all of their goals. Yesterday, Israel rejected global calls for a ceasefire with Lebanon's Hezbollah movement, defying the U.S., its biggest ally, and pressing ahead with strikes that have heightened fears of an all-out regional war. Today, the Israeli Air Force said it will block Iranian arms transfers to Hezbollah. Soldiers were seen arriving in a town located in the northern part of Israel, where the country's armed forces said they were calling up and deploying 2 reserve brigades. Today, Lebanon's Disaster Risk Management Unit released a report saying 60 people were killed by Israeli strikes in Lebanon and 81 were injured over 24 hours, bringing the total killed since Monday to almost 700. More than 1,500 people have been killed in Lebanon in the ongoing conflict between Hezbollah and Israel since last October. Matt?